Okay guys, we've been doing a little video on the Roadtrek here. We all kinds of different things and tricks that you can do. Some people don't know these things exist, like shelves and stuff that you can pull out, make extra shelf space in that, but they're there. Someone was asking how the city water hookup. It's really simple. I'm going to show you here on the side. Excuse my shadows, but this here little thing is just, I'm not going to take it all the way out, but you unscrew that, and so your hose can come up from the bottom. Right here's where you just screw your garden hose in place. Standard garden hose hookup. And the only other thing there's a valve back here. You can see it or not. The camera in the right position. But this little valve right here, still you can see it sets kind of back in there. Let me get it back. See the red valve there? You see it's up and down. Up and down means you got on to city hookup. You're going to have city water going to your systems. Now if you want to fill up the holding tank, if you turn that valve the other way, it'll start filling up your holding tank, and you let it go till you'll start seeing water dripping underneath the camper. And after you see that water dripping, you know it's full. You can flip it back the other way and you're back on the city water. So it's really pretty simple. We have a shower here. You can see the lines where you hook your shower into it. It's got a hose back in there, but that's the city water. It's very simple to hook up. So someone had asked me about that, and I thought I'd show you a little clip of that. Alright guys, we're in here we have a 2001 Roadtrek. It's the 190 Versatile. And so what we're doing today is we've got the generator running. We haven't been using it as much here in the summer months because in Florida it gets pretty hot to go camping, and so we don't get it out much. So just on a regular basis, at least every 2 weeks, I like to come out here and kick on the generator. And generally what I do is just turn the AC on. The AC will give a nice load on the generator, so it exercises it, so that we get a good workout on the generator. And you want to do this, especially with the gas nowadays that has the alcohol in it. It'll gum up your carburetors. And you could even run things like sea foam. I haven't done that, but I should get a bottle of sea foam and run through it. It helps keep injectors clean and carburetors clean. So that's something you might want to think about, is getting a product like sea foam. And there's a couple other products out there that helps keep your carburetor clean and stuff, especially when you're not using something all the time. This will give you the cleaning capabilities there. So like I said, we do this every couple weeks. First thing I want to do is I want to unplug the shore power. You see I have an adapter here, and so what I'm going to do is unplug that. Get two hands here to do that. So there we go. See, I've unplugged the shore power. This way everything will be running on the generator. So we're going to go in here, fire up the generator. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start the generator up. It's been about 2 weeks. Let's just see how easy or hard it starts. See, I usually let it turn over a few times and stop, and then do it again. Hasn't took off yet. There she goes. So as you can see, the generator's running now. I just heard it clunk. You'll hear the relay click when the generator, puts voltage up. So we're going to put a little power on it. You want to put a load onto your generator. So since it's already on here, we're going to just go ahead and hit the AC, and the AC should start up here. comes. Takes it a second to kick in. And it'll, there it goes. And so by doing this, you put a load, helps your generator. But as you see, when I started the generator here, it took 3 times. I don't just run it to start. So you don't want to just spin that starter. You know, let it turn over several times and don't start, let go. And do that until it finally fires up. But, you know, if this is run on a daily or every few days, it'll fire just bam right up. But when you don't let it run for a short time, it'll take a bit for it to fire up. So there we go, it's running. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit in here and exercise the generator. This is our voltage in our battery. We can watch it 13.7 right now. We're plugged into shore power, but I've had that go up to almost 14 even hooked into the solar. We have our solar system hooked up in the Roadtrek, so keeps it, the batteries topped off. We just have lead acid batteries. Eventually we like to change those over to like AGMs or, you know, something a little bit better. We also have a little power here unit that we can use for USB charging ports. Now some of these, I use this. It's a 3M double-sided tape. I haven't found nothing that really sticks very well yet. With the heat in here, they tend to get hot and kind of release. So okay, we mounted the USB ports and the voltage detector right up underneath here. Nice and neat, out of the way. I usually, I look at this from the back. Now I can see it from here. I have to just kind of put my head down there to look at it, but I can see it from the back. And that's generally what I do, is when I get ready to get into the Roadtrek, we'll take a look, check our battery voltage, especially if I've unhooked. I can tell underneath what the solar is doing. You know, if it's gone down, or when we're not hooked up at all, we can see what the kind of voltage we got at the batteries there. Kind of get an idea if we're getting solar or not getting solar on it. Plus we have this really nice little charge port there if you want to plug in a USB, charge your cell phones, laptops, whatever else. So that's what we're doing from here. That's pretty cool. This outlet over here actually is coming off the inverter, and this will power anything. I'm actually using it to power the refrigerator. We use a apartment style refrigerator. Run it off of the solar. We've been using it for, oh gosh, probably 2.5 years now. I was told that it wouldn't work, but 2.5 years later, it's just purring away. Keeps it really nice. Don't have to worry about turning the electric on. Don't have to worry about gas firing this refrigerator. It just always works, you know, wherever we're at. So here's my little upgrade. We was fortunate we have a 3D printer, and we was able to print out this little box here to hold this voltage switch, or voltage meters, what it is. Couldn't get it out, so there it is, guys. This is a little indoor outdoor thermometer. What we do is we use this to monitor the refrigerator. We have a compressor style refrigerator, runs on 115 volts. We run it off a solar with a inverter, but we use this indoor outdoor to monitor. It's like 46 degrees inside, and that's about around what it stays. It'll get a little warmer than that in the heat of the day, but here's our refrigerator. It's just an Insignia, one of those little apartment refrigerators. I put it on there, and so inside here, I see everything's nice and cold. But there's the probe that I use for that indoor-outdoor thermometer. There's there. You can see it's even got ice in it. So this runs 24/7 on a inverter and using our solar. Now, I mentioned that before about the refrigerator we replaced. We had the original 3-way refrigerator in here, and it would work fine on electricity, and it would work on actually I think it was only 2-way. I don't believe this one worked on the 12 volt. It might have. I never used that because that really pulls your batteries down quick. but it didn't work on propane, and I replaced all kinds of things. I was getting a nice flame. I even took it to a dealer and they worked on it and it still didn't work. So they're quite expensive. So I decided what I would do is replace that with a one of these apartment, a little dorm refrigerator, right around $100 compared to over $1,000 for a 3-way refrigerator. And at that point, what I decided to do is the money I saved on the refrigerator, I would invest in a solar system. So I put in a 200 watts. I put two 100-watt panels on the roof, solar system. I had an extra battery, so we have 2 batteries, and they're just their standard lead-acid batteries. One of these days I like to upgrade them to something like a lithium or AGM batteries. But I was told this wouldn't work. Now you have a 1500 watt inverter, and so that's what I use to power the refrigerator. It's now been about 2.5 years. This refrigerator runs 24/7, completely on solar and on the inverter, and has never gave me a moment of problem. I haven't been out here for 2 weeks to check it, and it was just nice and ice cold there. It's just almost spotless. Some of the things that I really like about having that, when I'm driving down the road and want to get gasoline, if I was running the refrigerator onto propane, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know, I need to shut that propane down. I don't want to flame while I'm filling up. I know some people do that, but I just don't like the idea of getting gas and having a flame flickering out there. So I'd always shut it down, and it was hard to restart it. So, you know, I just decided it was time to get rid of it. And with this here, I don't worry about that. There's no flame. I just pull in, get my gas, don't even think about it anymore. So that's a nice thing. So if you ever think about going to a compressor style refrigerator with solar, don't be afraid to do it. And solar's even gotten better. It's a lot better now than it was when I put this system in. You can put a lot more wattage on the roof with less space than you could then. So check it out. If you ever think about going solar, I'd highly recommend it. Alright guys, I thought we'd walk around. You can see the solar panel. Now these should be cleaned every so often, and this one hasn't been cleaned for a while. And so I just wanted to see how dirty the whole camper hasn't been cleaned. Summer months I get a little lazy out here and don't get my cleaning thing done. Okay, I wanted to show you this here. This is where the TV used to go. Now, like I said again, I use this to put my solar charging equipment in. So, but this is where the TV used to go. So we have a couple 12-volt outlets. I use those outlets. That's what I use to check the voltage underneath there with. That's where it plugs in with out. And then I said again, we have the solar. We have a Renogy. That's called the Adventure Solar Charge Controller. So we have in there. But I wanted to show you also this little tray. If you pull this out, and you're sitting in the chair over here, this pulls way out. Actually, you can put your laptop on here. Be sitting down here with your laptop, have a nice work area right here. It's really nice, very convenient. So I wanted to show that out for you. Again, this same unit here, if you're cooking, need a little more table space. Here you've got cooking area right here beside the thing. And a lot of people don't realize right underneath here, this drawer here has a, pull this out, and then you have more cooking area here. So you got quite a large area here to do your cooking in that. So, and you know, that's just a standard drawer, goes in. When you want to use it for thing, you just get it underneath here and give it a pull. You have a whole nother little cooking surface there. So a lot of little things. I've known people who have had Roadtrek for a long time didn't even know that was there. So if you have a Roadtrek, you might check that out. You might have a little extra workspace that you didn't even know was there. Same with this. Slide it all back together here. And actually you can just pull out part way if you just want a little bit. If you don't need a whole lot of space, you can just pull it out a little bit. Put it all back together. This goes down here in the little garage. You can use it for all kinds of storage, but it's kind of my electronic storage area. That's what I put my electronics in. Okay, guys, wanted to show you a little update of our Roadtrek. Ours is a 2001 Poplar. It's 190. But I hope you enjoyed my little upgrade here. If you did, hey, give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, comments, leave it in the section below. If you're not a subscriber, I invite you to hit the subscribe button. We make all kinds of different videos. Roadtrek just happened to be one of them, but I do all kinds of videos. So check them out. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my next video. And hey, we're an Amazon affiliate, and if you are purchasing anything off of Amazon, we have a link here down below. Click on that link and it'll take you right to Amazon. It costs you absolutely not 1 penny, but it helps out my channel, and we'd appreciate you guys. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to support our channel, we have links down below that you can click on. We're an Amazon affiliate. We have stickers available. We have a t-shirt store where you can buy t-shirts and coffee chat mugs, or if you just want to support us, you can support us through the PayPal link. So we appreciate all your help. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.